Hello, everyone, and good morning. So, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'd like to welcome back those of you who are a regular part of our mindfulness community and our meditation group. And I'd like to offer a very warm welcome to those of you who are new and who are joining us for the very first time. And so, for those of you who are new, I would just like to tell you a little bit about the Krame Center for Mindful Living. Here at the Krame Center, it is our mission to help people become more resilient and to live better lives through the various programs that we offer. And so we offer these weekly meditations each and every Wednesday, and each month features a theme. And these weekly meditations really begin to provide us with the tools that we need to build our own internal resources. And so we hope that you'll continue to join us and our meditation community. We'd like to encourage you to use the chat as we're now monitoring the chat. So please don't be shy to type any questions or comments that you might have into there. And I also would just like to make mention of the fact that we are recording these meditations and only I'll be recorded. And we do this so that we can make them accessible to you after this morning's practice. All right. So the theme of our meditation this week is changing seasons. And I'd like to begin with a quote by Dan Millman. He says, "Autumn leaves shower like gold, like rainbows, as the winds of change begin to blow." Well, the winds of change are blowing. Today is the first day of September, and the seasons will soon be changing from summer to autumn. This time of year, we often begin new routines, transition back to school, and delve into new activities. So the relaxing days of summer all too often move into our bustling routines rather quickly. Before we know it, as we look around us, we may notice that some of the leaves are starting to change from their vibrant green color to varying shades of yellow, red, amber, crimson, purple. And with so much going on around us, there is one common thread: change. So, change may cause us to feel uneasy at times. We may even be resistant to change, wishing we could stick to our comfortable routines and the easy, warm summer days. However, if we can embrace this change and bring a beginner's mind to this period of transition, a beautiful thing can happen. As children, we often embraced life eagerly and with an open mind. We were curious and interested. The first day of school was usually an exciting one where we moved into a classroom of new peers. Right? We brought this fresh perspective to this experience, not knowing what the new school year would bring. There was a sense of magic in each experience as a child. It was new, often inspiring or invigorating. However, as adults, sometimes we let our beliefs about what we know prevent us from seeing things as they actually are in each moment. We get stuck in the rut of our own expertise. And can we remove the lens of our past experiences and bring a childlike curiosity to see things freshly and as if for the first time with a sense of openness? This really allows us to be receptive to new possibilities, and it helps us to have a clearer perspective. So I invite you, as we move through this time of change, to bring a beginner's mind to your experience and then see what happens. See how it unfolds from there. You may see that doing so completely transforms your experience because truly, no two moments are exactly the same. As John Kabat-Zinn says, see everything as if for the first time so that we can be free of our expectations based on our past experiences and to prevent us from getting stuck in the rut of our own expertise. No moment is the same as any other. Each is unique and contains unique possibilities. Beginner's mind reminds us of this simple truth. And so we're going to transition now into our formal meditation practice. And before we close our eyes, What I'd like to do is I invite you to look around your room until you spot something that's very familiar to you. Right, so taking a moment to find something. And now bring your full focus of attention onto this object, whatever it might be, whatever it is that you've chosen. And now try to look at this object with a fresh lens, almost as if through the eyes of a child. Begin to observe this object as if you were viewing it for the very first time. What can be noticed? Maybe you notice things that you haven't noticed before. And what's that like? How is it to observe something new? How is it to view things from a different perspective? There can be joy and beauty in bringing a beginner's mind to an experience, no matter how small it is. All right, so taking one last look and then gently allowing the eyes to close or softening the gaze. So bringing the gaze inward now. And just gently resting the awareness on the breath in the body. No need to change or manipulate the breath in any way. Just staying with the natural breath cycle. And perhaps this is a meditation that we've done many times before. But again, seeing if it's possible to bring this beginner's mind to this experience, this fresh set of eyes, this fresh lens. No two breaths are exactly the same. And so just staying with the breath, observing the breath as it is in each unfolding moment. Continuing to ride the waves of the breath in the body. Following one breath in and one breath out. Another breath in and another breath out. And just continuing to follow the breath in this way. staying with each breath, breath by breath, and moment by moment. And if the mind wanders away, which at some point throughout this practice it surely will, that's what our minds do, just gently rest the awareness back on the breath in the body, knowing that each moment is an opportunity to begin again. We can always begin again. Each time the mind wanders away, coming home to the breath in the body. Just continuing to stay with this life sustaining force, the breath. Continuing to stay with the breath as best you can. And now, reflecting back to a time when you first began school one autumn. So maybe you were a young child and you recall shopping for a new backpack or picking out what you would wear on your very first day back. Perhaps a parent or caregiver took a photo of you before you boarded the bus. So, just recalling a time when you made this transition from the relaxing days of summer to the first day of school in your childhood years. And as you hold such a memory in your mind, just recalling all of the details that you can remember. So recalling as many details as possible. Who was there? What were you doing? Maybe remembering what the weather was like, what you packed for lunch that day. Just calling to mind as many details as you can remember. And as you continue to do this, reflect on what it was like to approach this change with your childlike curiosity. What was it like to make this transition through your child eyes? How was it to be a child during this time of change? How did you view things? How did you approach them? Taking some time to reflect on this. And now, reflecting on any changes or transitions that you will be making this fall. Call them to mind now. Perhaps there's one transition, maybe there are many. And now reflecting on if you have any preconceived notions about what this change or these changes will be like for you. Do you have any expectations? Do you have any ideas already formulated about this change? And if so, what are they? What are these thoughts? What are these ideas? And now seeing if it's possible to let these expectations go. Imagining now what it would be like to approach this change with a beginner's mind. What would it be like to approach this transition or these transitions with a fresh lens, with a childlike curiosity? And how might this transform your experience? How might this completely transform your experience? So, taking some time now to sit with this. And then, when you're ready, just letting this reflection go, gently resting the awareness back on the breath in the body once again. Coming back to the breath in the body. And just continuing to follow the breath, breath by breath, and moment by moment. Again, seeing if it's possible to approach each breath with a fresh lens, with this childlike curiosity. And maybe noticing how this transforms your experience. Something as simple as following along with the breath. Imagine what it can do in our day-to-day life. And I'm going to read a poem by Kaveri Patel. Let me receive you like a thoughtful letter instead of junk mail. A pleasant surprise over predictable monotony. Tell me, show me who you really are. Forgive me if time has contracted my capacity for a panoramic perspective. Come, let's explore the landscape of your life together. Hidden grottos and open fields, places you've neglected. May presence be a door that you desperately want to reopen. This silence, an invitation to meet this radiant life. And just letting those words land if they resonate with you. And momentarily, I will be ringing the bell. And as I do, just again, seeing if it's possible to bring this beginner's mind to the sound. So just allowing the sound to enter your ears. And just beginning to invite some movement back into the body. So, wiggling fingers and toes. When you're ready, allowing the eyes to open if they had been closed, and taking any stretches or movements that feel right for you. Coming back, bringing the body back with some movement. Okay. And so I would like to leave you with a weekly invitation, as we always do. And so, my weekly invitation for you is to bring a beginner's mind to one thing this week. So, whether that's paying attention to washing your hands as if for the first time, so maybe noticing the warm water on your hands, maybe noticing the smell of the soap or the bubbles that the soap creates, or whether that's bringing a fresh lens to your morning cup of coffee. So maybe noticing the warm drink in the palm of your hands, maybe noticing the aroma, the taste of the very first sip, right? The color. And after you do this, right, after you bring this beginner's mind to an experience, observe what it was like to bring this fresh lens and see if it's possible for you to bring this same childlike curiosity to your transitions this fall. I invite you to try and do so and see what happens. See how it transforms your experience. I'd like to just make one announcement before we conclude this morning. So, if you enjoyed this weekly meditation, we do have an upcoming 8-week mindfulness based stress reduction class and an 8-week mindful self compassion course. And these courses delve deeply into the topics of mindfulness and self compassion. And so we hope that you'll consider joining us. I would like to wish you a wonderful week, sending my best to you as we make this transition from summer into autumn. Wishing you well, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye, everyone. Take care.